House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi was asked whether or not Democrats are now considering impeaching Donald Trump. Now, this follows news where Paul Manafort was, found guilty of 8 out of the 18 charges. But more importantly, Michael Cohen did plead guilty to paying off Trump's mistresses in violation of campaign finance laws. So that is an indication that Trump broke the law. So is Pelosi considering impeachment? Well, here's her answer. Nancy Pelosi said impeaching President Trump is, quote, not a priority, despite Michael Cohen's guilty plea to campaign finance violations that implicated the president. She said impeachment has to spring from something else. Okay, what does that even mean? She also said, if and when the information emerges about that, we'll see. It's not a priority on the agenda going forward unless something else comes forward. So she's being super vague. What else are you looking for? I mean, maybe they're trying to, put all of their attention on the Mueller case and Russian meddling, but this is very, very different from the reaction that we would get if the tables were turned and the person implicated were a Democratic president. In fact, I have evidence of that. So during the Clinton administration, back in 1999, Lindsey Graham, who was a member of the House at the time, said this.
So the point I'm trying to make is you don't even have to be convicted of a crime to lose your job in this constitutional republic. If this body determines that your conduct as a public official is clearly out of bounds in your role, because impeachment is not about punishment. Impeachment is about cleansing the office. Impeachment is about restoring honor and integrity to the office.
So in this case, Clinton did not commit a crime. He was not implicated in a crime. He had sex with an intern. He lied about it and then later confessed to it. Republicans are ready and willing to impeach over anything. But when it comes to Democrats, I don't know. I mean, that would require me to actually be strong on something, and we're afraid of everything. Impeachment, I don't know, let's wait. Let's wait until he murders someone, and then maybe we'll consider it. Pathetic.
So this is what we're talking about when we say the uneven playing field. One side is super strong. They're like, we'll convict you and throw you out of office and impeach you because we just don't like your personal conduct and we're gonna cleanse you. The other side, Trump was just named basically as a co-conspirator in a felony that a person admitted to, pled guilty to, and is going to serve years in prison for, right? And they're like, yeah, but could we get a bigger crime?
Unbelievable.
So look, I wanna be clear. A lot of people had strong feelings about impeachment, and people wanted to impeach on the first day because of the emoluments clause, et cetera, and there were good reasons for that, et cetera. But to me, it was not enough because at the end of the day, impeachment is a political process. It's not, you don't go to a court of law. So the way that it works is Judiciary Committee, it has to come out of that in the House, and then it goes to the full House, and all you need is a majority in the House. But in the Senate, you need 67 people to convict to actually throw him out of office, okay? So it is a very, very high bar. But if you now lower the bar and say you could even commit crimes, felonies, be a conspirator in that, and we're gonna let you get away with it, then what are we doing? So I wasn't pushing, I mean, you could go watch all the different clips, and there are times when I'm like, why won't anybody do anything about this when he clearly breaks the law? For example, when he steals from his own charity and then pays his bills, and there's many different examples. But somebody would have to go prove that in court, and then you could talk about impeachment. But in this case, we did it. Michael Cohen actually went to court and said, yes, Donald Trump and I broke a law together, and I'm gonna go to prison for 3 to 6 years because of it. And the Democrats still won't do anything. So if they said, look, we wanna run the elections on policy issues, bless your hearts, that's great. That's, I know, right?
Yeah, but that's not what they want to do.
I would love that. I would love that if you ran it on policy issues, if you ran strongly on Medicare for all and higher wages for Americans and the American dream for the average American, their kids can go to college, et cetera.
Medicare for all.
We're not ready.
But the thing is, there's only 28 million Americans that are uninsured.
Yeah.
Let's wait until there's more.
So That's not why they're doing it. If they were doing it to run on policy, fantastic, right? And by the way, you can do both at the same time. You can say, hey, I'm running on issues. But at the same time, this guy seems to have broken a law, so we should begin those proceedings. We should have a conversation about whether that's gonna happen. So why is she saying this? Even though she claims to be the leader of the resistance. Because everybody in Washington lives in a hot tub time machine. So they always, oh no, in the 1990s, oh my God, you're still talking about the 1990s. In the 1970s, Tip O'Neill said all politics was local. In the 1870s, Barney Rubble said, this is my second Barney Rubble reference today. Anyway, and in the 1990s, when the Republicans did impeachment, it hurt their electoral chances. So in other words, I don't care about the law. I don't care about fighting against Donald Trump on legitimate issues. I care about my electoral chances.
No, but think about that.
And it's a wrong calculation anyway.
But think about who Nancy Pelosi is, because you're right. She cares about re-election. That's the most important thing. In fact, now that there are calls for her to step down as, Democratic leadership, she is fighting that tooth and nail. And the reason why I bring that up is because what does she do? She just raises money. That's it. That's all she does. She's a fundraiser. That is her claim to fame. That is what she's accomplished in. That is what she's successful in, raising money. She is very good at asking people for money, but she's not good at representing the American people. She's not good at representing the people who have voted for her. She doesn't care about the people who voted for her.
So let me just give you the last part of that puzzle. So if you say, hey, look, it wants to get more Democrats elected, that's what she's supposed to do as House Minority Leader. Partly, sure, of course, right? That's good. But I've been talking to reporters over the last couple of days, and the word on the street in Washington is, if the Democrats get back the House, there's no way that they could kick Nancy Pelosi out of leadership. So she would get to be Speaker of the House again and have more power. So she's driven towards, we gotta win re-election so I could be back to Speaker of the House. Oh, Donald Trump broke some laws. Whatever, resistance, yay. Meanwhile, re-elect us, re-elect me. I have a bold proposal, which of course Democrats in Washington will not accept, which is, how about you're honest? And you go, hey, you know what? I care deeply about these issues. We're gonna fight on those issues. We're gonna win on those issues. And at the same time, Donald Trump obviously broke the law and there should be consequences. Oh, but then the Republicans will distract by running TV ads. I got news for you, Nancy. They're gonna run TV ads anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna run billions of dollars in TV ads. And most of them are going to be attacking you. And when you surrender, that doesn't really help your cause. They have never figured that out in all these years. Maybe it's because they're paid not to figure it out. That surrender does not show strength and does not lead to electoral victories.
One final thing I want to mention about her raising money to get other Democrats elected. Understand that she will raise money to get specific types of Democrats elected. She was very dismissive of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in her stunning upset in New York, okay? And I'm just mentioning that because sure, it's good to help support other Democrats, but it's not to support the kind of Democrats that we're hoping for, who actually want to fight for us and want to protect the entitlements that we've paid into, who want to protect us from, the militarization of the police force. Like, she has no interest in those types of candidates. She is dismissive of them, and she believes that the majority of Democratic voters have no interest in them, or at least she's lied to herself to believe that. She is not a leader, okay? She has the seniority, she's been around, she's raised a lot of money. But what good does that do if the candidates don't actually speak for us?
During the post game, I'm going to tell you a story about how Washington insiders in the Democratic Party are not so upset that Joe Crowley lost to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Why? He was one of their own. Oh, you're going to love/hate the reason why. So we'll do that in the post game for the members. Thank you for supporting the show if you're a member. tyt.com/join to become a member and join the home of progressives. And we'll tell you that great story in that post game, okay? In the meanwhile, if you're going to claim to be the leader of the resistance, perhaps you should try resisting.
Never miss another TYT video by ringing the bell below. You'll get notified whenever we publish something new. And don't forget to join TYT and download the TYT Plus app today. Download the TYT Plus app on your phone or head over to tyt.com/join.